3, which is body and mind, and we will go over the two units, unit 5 and 6, the mind and the body. It's going to be a quick revision. So let's check your books first. Let's check the objectives of on your books. You talked about psychology, fitness, and health. These were in your reading parts. Report statements, commands, and requests and questions. So we have 3 types of commands: statements, which are sentences, commands and requests, and the questions, the 2 types of the questions. Then make a wish and express regret. Wishes in the past and in the present. In the past it's a regret, and in the present it is a wish. Use inversion for emphasis, which is changing the sentence order into a question order, but it is still giving the meaning of a sentence. For emphasis, which is giving extra information. Expand vocab, which are the idioms, the phrasal verbs, and make and put, and the expressions. And write a formal letter. You started writing a formal letter, and by the end of Unit 6, you wrote a report, and both of these are formal writings. They are for a superior, not to a colleague or to a peer. So let's go ahead. We will start with the idea of reported speech in your books, page 59. Your books on page 59, we have the idea of reported speech. Speech are of 3 kinds: statements, then we have the other one, command and request, and the third one is the 2 types of question, WH question and yes/no questions. So let's start with the statements. First, to report a statement or to report anything, let's say reporting a statement, you will start with the correct introduction. He said, subject, then said, asked me, told me, advised me, reported to me, or let's say said to me. Okay, you will start with the correct introduction just to tell, was it a question or was it a sentence? Then you have to check that your question or your sentence is in the sentence form, subject, verb, object. This step, you can take it out. It is already made for you if it is a statement. If it is a question, now you have to revise your question into you will invert it, so it would be a sentence form, subject, verb, object. Then you will go 1 tense backward and you will refer to this chart. 1 tense backward, the present into past, the past into past perfect. So the future, well, is going to be would, and is going to be was, and was, simple past is going to be past perfect. So check it here. We have 1 tense backward. You will go a tense backward. Is going to be was, and the ed is going to be had, has is going to be had, and we have a much and much more. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's start reporting these. The burglar, the thief, said, this is a direct speech, I am a homeless man. So if we're going to revise it here, subject, verb, and we have the others. This is in the present tense. So when we report this one, it's going to be the burglar said, correct introduction. So we have a correct introduction here. The burglar said, then I am, he was, sentence form, not in the present, but it became into the past, a homeless man. So I am a homeless man. 2, my sister has not graduated yet. Which tense do we have here? This is in the present perfect tense, has not graduated yet. So let's try to do the reporting here. We would say that, yes, we're going to say that Sami said his sister had not graduated yet. The has into had here, and graduated the same. Or then, we can say. Then, let's check here. My mom baked a delicious cake, my friend said. How can we report this one? We can report this one saying, she said, my friend said, that her mom, she's not your mom, her mom instead of my mom, baked into had baked. Present into past, present into past, and past into past perfect. Then, I will go to law school. Hannah said. She said that she will go there. So she said that she would. Instead of will, we have a would here. Hannah said she would go to law school. Will into would and can into could. So these are about the reported speech. These are the reported speech. Let's continue here. We'll continue with commands and requests. With commands and requests, they are of two kinds, whether do or do not do that. So do, just like stay here or work hard. Or we would say it is a negative instruction, do not go out. We have stay home, do not go out. Do not take this. So do, and we have also don't. Do and don't. Stay home, stay here, do not take this. How can you report these? This is the easiest way to report. To report these, he will say, he told me. Then you would use, you have two options, whether to stay home or the negative of to is not to take that. Do not, to, and not to. So following the rule here, subject, he told me, the one who told you or asked you to do, told me or asked me, ordered me. Then this one is optional, by the way, to or not to. Positive, and we have here the negative one. To or not to, then we have the verb. So these they are. Let's try to do an exercise on that. Here, my mom says, stay home. Let's report this one. How can you? This is a positive instruction. So it's going to be, this is positive. My mom told me to stay home. She told me to stay home. Next, we have here, my teacher says, work harder. So you would say here, my teacher says, told me to work harder. We don't have a negative here. To work harder. Okay, next we have it here. A friend told me, do not stay up late. What did he say? We have it here. We have a negative, don't, not to stay. And you have to focus here that the verb is the same. We haven't changed anything with the verb. My sister told me, my sister, this is the direct speech, do not waste time. So she says, my sister told me not to waste time. So we have not to here. Okay, so these they are to, and we have also not to. Then we will move to the idea of reporting question, which is the last type of reporting. So we have got how to report a sentence, how to report a command, and how to report the question. Here we have one extra step to report that, like where are you, and she in another situation it is going to be reported, she heard that, overheard that, she asked where I was. You can notice here the present here and the past there. So let's continue here. We'll continue with it. The questions are of two kinds, as we know, whether a WH question word, like here, where is Mark, what is your name, where are you from, where are you now, or it's a yes/no question with no WH, and the answer is going to be whether a yes or a no, and like are you a student, is it safe outside, and these questions. So the difference between them, that we have here we start here with a WH question word, but here we start with nothing. We just start with the helping verb is are, am, was, or were, do, does, or did. Has, have, and had as well. Okay, an example here. Where is Mark? Where is Mark is a WH question word. It starts with a WH question word, which is where. He asked me. This is the correct introduction. Where, you will use the same WH question word, then change it into a sentence. Mark is will be Mark was. This is was there. What about it here? We have, is this Mark? Yes, he is, or no, he is not. This is a yes/no question. Do we have a question mark, a WH question word here? No, we don't have anything. So you have to put something instead of that. He asked me, then use F, because you have to mention, you have to give a note that this is a question. So if this is that and is was. If that was Mark. He asked me if that was Mark. So what is the rule here? This is the correct introduction. Someone asked me, someone wondered, someone wanted to know. If it is a yes, no question, this is for a yes, no question, and WH question word, you will use it as it is. Just copy it and put it in the question. Then change it into a sentence form, subject, verb, object. Instead of verb then the subject, we change it into subject, verb, then the object. And this is important. Why? Because you have to go 1 tense backward. 1 tense backward. You can focus on this one, and things are going to be easier for you. So let's delete everything and let's go to an exercise which is similar. So the steps are here. Correct introduction. He asked me. He wondered. He wanted to know. Then, if, whether. These are if it is a question, a yes no question, or you will use the WH question word as it is. Sentence form. He is going to be he is. Then 1 tense backward. You will go 1 tense backward. Present into past, and past into past perfect. So let's start here. Where is Mark? Here we have a WH question word. Where is Mark? So here, correct introduction. She asked. Then let's put the question as it is. Where is Mark? Is this correct? No, we can't. You can't use it this way. You have to change the order. Sentence form. Where Mark is, and then we will change is into was. So 3 steps. Correct introduction, put the question as it is, invert it, change the order, then by the end change the present into past. Can she spell her name? I want to know. Then we would say here, let's do this one. Where do you study? He asked me, where do you study? Is it you? No, not you, it's me. Then where I do study, sentence form, then where I did study. Can we say I did study? This is not a question and not a negative form. So did and study, where I studied. Where I studied. Do, does, and did will change the verb. Can she spell her name? What do we have here? This is a yes, no question. So we will use whether F or whether here. So start with the correct introduction. She or he asked. Then no WH. We don't have the WH. So let's put it F or whether. Then the same question, can she spell her name? No, let's change it. She can spell her name 1 tense backward, which is she could spell her name. So she asked me where Mark was, sentence in the past. He asked if she could spell her name. She asked where I studied. Because a reported question is not a question anymore. It is now a sentence. It is a sentence. Let's continue. Then we came up to page 69. On page 69 to the idea of unreal past. When do we use unreal past? The unreal past is used when we are if you want to express 2 ideas. Regret something you did and you feel sorry that you did that. You didn't work hard and you want to regret that. Or a wish. I wish that something is happening to me now, or something will happen to me in the future. So wish, both of them you can use wish or if only. So let's go to this situation. In this situation, this is a boy, a student, who is at the exam room, at the test room, and he is not doing very well. He doesn't know how to answer. So he's feeling sorry for what he did yesterday, and he has a wish right now. So he would say, I wish I knew the answer. Let's focus on the idea of know. I knew is the past of know. I know it now and I knew it in the past. Why do we use knew and not know? Because we have wish after wish, because this is a thing that is not going to happen. I wish I knew the answer. So he wished that the thing is happening for him now, so we will go 1 tense backward. So it's going to be in the present. The situation is in the present and the verb is in the past, because this is not going to happen. Then the other one, he was playing yesterday at home. He wished he had studied. So we can check here. Had studied. It's not in the past It is in the past perfect. So we would say past perfect, which is had plus verb number 3. I had worked, I had studied, and the others. Because this is a regret for something that he wished that he did yesterday. He did yesterday. So we will go one tense backward. Past, past perfect. Remember the reported speech. One more thing. Another situation here. We have a boy. He fell off the bike. The situation now, he fell off the bike. Now he was driving. Yes, he was riding his bike. He was driving so fast, and he wasn't careful enough. He fell down. His knee or his leg hurts, and he can't walk. Okay, we have a wish and we have a regret. So he would say, I wish I could walk. Can he walk? No, he can't walk. Because now he cannot walk, he would use wish and could. What is the present of could? It is can. Can he walk? No, he can't walk. He wished that he could. The other one, I wish I had been more careful. Was he careful? No. This is a regret. So he would say, I wish I had been more careful. He wasn't careful, and he wished he would be able to go back and drive safer and be more careful. So it is in the past perfect, which is had plus verb number 3, because it is a regret, something that happened before. Okay, this is for a regret. We will focus here present into past and past into past perfect. The other thing, which is the easy one, which is the inversion form, the inverted form. The idea of inversion depends on the idea of criss-cross, changing the order. Is it a question? No, this is not a question. Okay, this is not a question. So any statement, this is a statement, I had never felt so embarrassed. You want to express, the writer wants to express that he was so embarrassed. I had never felt so embarrassed. Subject, verb, then the object. Starting with the subject, verb, I had felt embarrassed. Okay? If you want to give it more emphasis on this one, you're going to use the inversion, the inverted form, which is inversion, which is going to be changing the order. The object is the object, but here we will change it into a sentence, into a question form. Verb, then the subject. Let me show it to you here. We have changed the order this way. The verb, start with the verb, then the subject. Never had I felt so embarrassed. And here we have the same, had and had, but instead of I had, it became had I, have I. Just copy it and invert it. Why do we use this? Just to show that this is an emphasis. You want to give much more focus on this sentence. It will look like your language is much more advanced, and you sound much more like a native speaker. So these they are. Now let's check here the roundup, which is on page 76 and 77. Roundup part 77 and 76. We have two easy exercise that we're going to do. 76 and 77. Let's start with the first one here. The nurse said, agreed, or asked me or informed me that I had to go for an x-ray. This is, she said something. So we would say, she informed me. She gave me an information. She informed me. Number 2, my brother told me that we to get together to talk soon. What do we use here? We would have to do this. He told me that we would. Okay. I wish, we have a wish here, so we will go past or past perfect. I up, washing up until, then we have here the word last night, so it's a regret. So what do we use here? I hadn't stayed. He stayed up late. Now he feels sorry that he did. Okay. Number 4. If only, wish as well. If only Jack a bit more interested in his studies. So where, if he were. Never use was, always use where with a wish. Okay. If I had seen my cousin I over to talk to him. We have I would have gone to talk to him. Okay, this is a kind of I wish. I will have gone, I will have gone, I would have gone. So this was exercise C on page 76. What about the following? The other page, page 77. On page 77 we have another exercise here. Yes, we have another exercise, which is complete the second sentence that with the words here. We will use these words to complete the second sentence without changing the meaning. We will report. We were going to use inverted form, and we will use the and real past. Will the interview take place tomorrow? Here, let's use would. He wanted to know if or whether, a yes/no question, the interview would take place tomorrow. How far is it to the train station? A question. Martin asked how far it was. It is into it was to the train station. I didn't go to Jamaica and now I regret it. Regret for something that happened in the past. I didn't go and I regret it. We would say if only or I wish I had gone. Not went, it is had gone because it is a regret. I am on the way to the library, he said. Then Jack said he was on the way to the library. I am, he is, he was. Then it is great that you have been awarded scholarship to Oxford. My parents congratulated me, because we have it here, congratulated me being awarded. They congratulated me being awarded. We wanted to walk around the rose garden. We wanted to walk around the rose garden, but we didn't have enough time. Now it's a wish. If only we had enough time. Why had not? Because we have here past, so past perfect. Ian can't afford that sport car. It's too expensive for him, and he is so sad. So he wish. We have Ian wishes he could afford that car. He could pay for that car, but he can't actually. I tried Pilates. I tried Pilates last weekend. Kevin said that he had tried. Tried in the past, so past perfect. The last one. When will I ever lose weight? I wonder. Serena asked herself. Serena wondered if or whether she would ever lose weight. And she believed, we have here the sense that she believes that she would never do that. Okay, just revise whether it is inverted form, a question or a sentence to report, or it is just a wish or a regret. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time.